Hi everybody and welcome to our community event. My name is Selena from the PR team at Prequel. Super excited to be here and host our event today. We've got another amazing content creator to interview. So guys, if you're joining now, don't forget to share it with your friends, invite everybody in. Let's have a really amazing conversation. Don't forget, we love your questions. So ask them throughout, ask them at the end, whatever you think, but don't worry, we will definitely make sure we get through everybody's questions. So before I bring Keanu into our discussion today, into our amazing live event, just a few ground rules that we always go through, but for those of you who is your first time to one of our community events, I'll just run them through very, very quickly. So the first one is be active. Feel free to ask questions. We might be able to get them if you ask them in the heat of the conversation. If not, then we have a whole half of the discussion dedicated to just your questions. And if you are going to ask the questions, there's a little speech bubble in the bottom right. If you click on that, you can put your questions in there and they'll be tucked away nice and safe until the end. Otherwise, my team's going to be scouting through the comments, so don't worry, we won't miss anything. But if you can, make sure they go in that little bubble because it does make it easier for us to keep on top of them. Next up is please no spam in the comments. I know that it's really great and everybody's showing so much love. Love is definitely appreciated, but if we can keep everything on track to the conversation that we're having, then it'd be great because we've only got 1 hour and it really does go fast. The next up is, goes without saying, please no inappropriate language in the chat. We're here to learn, we're here to share, we're here to love, but we're not here for anything negative or, any mean comments or rude words. And last but not least, share your opinion. We want to hear it. We want to hear if you're having a good time, if you've got thoughts to share, everything, good or bad. We want to hear it all. So that's the work out the way. I am super excited to invite Keanu into this conversation. So I'm going to add him now. Got a new phone, so hopefully this is easy. And here he is. Don't forget, share this with a few friends. If not, then this reel will be posted, so everybody will have the opportunity to see it. Hi, Keanu.
Hey,
thanks
guys.
for joining us today.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, likewise. So Keanu, I'm familiar and I'm sure most of our audience have already seen all of the incredible content that you create. But for those of you who might not have heard of you before, could you give yourself a little introduction?
Yeah, sure. Hey, guys. My name is Keanu. I'm a content creator and filmmaker from Germany, right now traveling the world. I'm super passionate about creating amazing footage, stunning content. I love to shoot, but also love to edit, to bring all the pieces together, create like memorable memories with people. It's filmmaking is always about creating this exciting moments and making everything fit and look cool. And yes, that's actually what my passion is about. And in the past year, I started to create tutorials to get used to social media, to start a channel there, and it's working really well. I want to give out my experience and my knowledge to others because I had a lot of profit of tutorials in the past from other creators. That's why I got to the point where I'm right now. And yes, last year I started to eventually got to the point where I can maybe give something back to the community.
Amazing. Cool. Keanu, it's so great to have you here today. We've got a few topics that we're going to be covering, as you've seen already. So we're going to be looking around your journey as a content creator, your inspiration, and then a little bit of food for thought to end off with. So we've only got an hour, so I will jump straight in with your journey.
Sure.
And our first question is, why have you decided to become a content creator?
So actually, I was always looking for the perfect job and I just couldn't find it. And I started shooting with TV commercials, so like with German television. And that's where my first touch point got into creating video, not like content creation in specific or filmmaking. Was more like some rough TV shows. And I was just the guy, the boomer, like getting the sound or the light guy. And at this point, I realized and researched what else can you do using a camera. And yeah, then I found a lot of inspirations, and I got myself into YouTube, and YouTube really got me caught to start my own journey. So I got this sparks, and then YouTube and other creators actually set up the fire. And also I saw this chance of just working for myself, building your own brand, and I saw the opportunity in filmmaking, in videos in general, because 5 years ago, I mean, videos were popular, but not that popular like right now. And I've already seen like the direction goes to people will consume more videos, and that's what Instagram and TikTok and everything pretty much moved to in the past years. And yeah, so I've seen the opportunity to work with big brands, with cool people, and yeah, that's why I actually got so excited about that and started my journey.
Amazing. Yeah. And YouTube, what a great tool. Like everybody can learn anything with
Yes,
this, with it. It's amazing.
exactly. Yeah,
Cool.
for free.
So, you've worked with some of the biggest names in German music, arts, and business, as well as global companies and agencies.
Yes.
What experience has the major impact to shape you as a professional?
So probably all the mistakes I've done. So you go from mistake to mistake, and that's what actually marks you. And actually, you have to do mistakes, and you're gonna learn from them, and you're gonna grow. You have to decide if you achieve this mistake, or you just let it slip. And so it was like starting with the small brands, with shooting a lot of videos for free, and yeah, just the countless hours and nights. And then with projects, you get better and better, and you start to reach out to other people. They might be ahead of the game, or start to come up, and then you start trading for even well-known people. And then also like managing these kind of projects, it's always the balance between you want to keep learning and go further where you already been, and but not take it too far, so you can still handle it. And this is a pretty exciting learning, to actually get a self-confidence, but also see how far can you go, and actually be so reflective to manage everything. And you need, and also for the big projects and for the big clients, you need a good network. It's all about other people helping you out. For the big shoots, it's of course I'm the director, but with all the people on set and all the guys working for me, that wouldn't be possible. It's a teamwork. It's not filmmaking is not just one. So of course you have solo creator, and it's also nice, but like with this big filmmaking project, it's always a teamwork.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. And it's when you're working with such big teams as well, like it's no one person is more important than the other, because without
Exactly,
one
yeah.
chain, then the whole project falls to pieces. So yeah, amazing. Yeah, teamwork is really important. So next up, you have
Yes.
participated and won in a number of creators contests, which is incredible. Congratulations. Can you tell us more about your motivation for doing it, and how it helped you develop your personal brand as a content creator?
So I think editing contests are amazing, because you get your hands on footage you wouldn't have if you wouldn't have the chance to enter this contest. So you can actually show your skills to the world, because you get a platform. Like right now, at this editing contest, there's a spotlight on people watching, and and you can see how good is your edit. Like good, like every edit is good, but like how unique is your style? How did you develop? And I think it's pretty cool to also have this to see what other people create with the footage, with the same footage you have, and then see, okay, they're parallels. They also thought about the same colors, the look and feel. Okay, why did they choose these transitions? And I think it's super cool. So that's why I'm hosting actually my own editing contest right now. It's the first one I ever did, and it's super exciting to get my footage out, to get the people to edit the footage. And yes, I'm super excited for the results. So we are open till Sunday. So if you want to join, you're really welcome. It's the 200K editing contest, and it's super exciting.
Amazing. Yeah. So But before we move on to the next question, tell us more about your own contest. This sounds incredible.
Yes. So we actually shot some really cool cinematic boxing footage in Germany, and yeah, I always wanted to, as I said, to give something back, and because for me it was like a big opportunity to do this editing content. I actually entered the contest with Johnny FPV, Create to the Extreme, hosted by Porsche, and I didn't even win the contest, but I still had. So I hit Johnny up because he's seen my videos. I got into, I don't know, like the top edits, but I don't know how far. But still, he did remember me. So I was texting with him, and actually I got a collaboration out with him. So he was flying the drone, and I did the edit, and that was pretty exciting. And I thought, yeah, maybe I can give the stage to my community as well, to give something back for the 200K we actually reached on Instagram. And so I actually took this footage. I have a great team in the back that did all the UI. We created this landing page and everything around it. It's always a lot of work. And also we got our sponsor Artlist within the boat then, and that it's pretty exciting to work with a big brand like Artlist, well known in the industry. And also, yeah, that's also the prices. So people actually get prizes for winning. That shouldn't be why they enter, because I want to have passionate people in there, not just about the money or the prices, but it's also nice to have amazing prices sponsored by this company.
Yeah, definitely. That's incredible, because not only does that allow you to give back to your own community, but it's also kind of like satisfying that you have such support from other brands and stuff to help you with your own personal branding. That's really cool. Yeah, must be a nice feeling. Okay, so my next question, because I kind of sidetracked us a little bit with my own personal interests. What particular video project helped you to dramatically grow your audience? Oh, I think we've got a bit of a connection issue there. Are you still with us, Keanu?
So could you ask me again?
Sure, yeah, sorry, you broke up a little bit, so we're back. So what particular video or project?
Now I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now I do, yes.
Perfect, cool. So what particular video or project helped you to dramatically grow your audience?
Okay, sorry, I need one more.
It's okay, no worries. It's technology, it's great, but only when it works.
Exactly.
What particular video or project helped you to dramatically grow your audience?
Oh, okay, I see. So I think it was this trend going on, the car edits, where you have the speed ramps and you have the super smooth camera work. And I did a Porsche edit, and I think it's already 2 years ago, I guess. And I was doing some crazy transitions. It took a lot of time, I think 2 or 3 days, just straight in After Effects, creating masks and thinking about some transitions that actually make sense, because you have to tell a story even if you don't have really a story of just a car and it's standing still. And yeah, I spent a lot of time with the graphics there and the animations, and actually posted it I think 2 years ago, and it had like 6,000 viewers or something on Reels. And
Wow.
it was not really paying well off like I thought. And then when I started growing my audience, when I got some attention on Instagram, I actually reposted exactly the same video, and it just blew completely up with like 3 million right now views. And it's absolutely crazy. And that one pushed a lot, because yeah, I just tried it again. I just felt like we have a new community. We have like more than 50,000 new followers. Let's try it again. And it actually worked. It was 1-to-1 the same video. So maybe for you guys, sometimes if it doesn't hit the first time, you can try it again. No one will recognize that. And then I also did like tutorials on that reel. So if you hit that one viral reel, you can pretty much go into it in my case. And I did a lot of tutorials for. I broke down the edit in different techniques and different effects, and also created tutorials on them. And they went pretty well because of the main video was going viral.
Amazing. Yeah. I mean, that's just another case in point that timing sometimes is really everything. So if you miss the
Yes,
timing the
yes,
first time round, just try again. That's great.
yes. I mean, you shouldn't over try it. Always
Yeah.
keep it like still serious. But sometimes you can try again and just see, because this is some algorithm working, and there's no human behind what judge your video to go viral or not with a button. So sometimes you can just try again and see if the algorithm now works for you.
Absolutely. At the mercy of the algorithm gods.
Yes.
So
True.
we'll move on to our next topic, which is inspiration.
Hmm.
So where do you draw your inspiration from?
Actually, I moved my Instagram completely into the direction of getting only inspiration. So I try not to be there too much for consuming, like consuming uh, information that's not important to my creativity or business. So I really try, when I open up my Instagram, I only follow people they inspire me. And so I have a lot of cool like filmmaking pages. Everyone knows where they do like behind the scenes or showcase new things, new trends. A lot of filmmaker in some niches I like some crazy product videography, photography, hyperlapse, time lapse, edits, After Effects. So with time, I started to follow, a big community of awesome creator, and this is really important. And as soon as you start switching your account into one direction, I guess it's spreaded, but it's in general it's one direction. It's content creation and filmmaking. The algorithm works for you, and also they Instagram want to keep you on Instagram, so they want to give you content that's related to what you've been watching the most. So I would definitely recommend to shift that into this direction you want to go. So that you see inspiration, you see trends ongoing if they're like right now just actually happening, so you can join them. So also I think social media in general, it's like YouTube also. I the same thing. If you follow the right YouTube channels, you get the inspiration. You have the tutorials, and yeah, Instagram and YouTube is probably the platforms I use the most to consume visual content, videos, and get inspired.
Amazing. Yeah. So basically anybody in the audience there, if you want to find some new cool, interesting people to follow, then hit up your following on Instagram. I'm
Exactly.
sure there's going to be
Yeah.
some great people there.
Yes, you should check them out if you're interested in that.
Cool. Okay, so in your short interview about yourself, you mentioned that you love to experience nature. In
Yes.
addition, most of your content is also filmed, somewhere in the wild. Does nature inspire you that much?
Yes, so I think it's awesome to go out and see things. So don't stay in your room. You won't get inspired there. Of course, you can look at your screen and get inspiration, but by going out and actually being active, no matter if it's like you're shooting, you are in the film, in the thing, and you do your stuff, but also do different stuff. So maybe take a day off and ride a jet ski and get your ideas out there, meet new people and get inspired by nature, like get in touch with nature, like jump from a cliff or go swimming, go snorkeling. And I think this we humans, we have this connection with nature, and we sometimes just need to breathe and calm down from everything. That's a really important part. If you are in this funnel, you're working a lot and you always want to try to reach your goals, and it's so important to go back, to maybe get the device off and go into nature and do whatever you like. So everyone's different. So maybe you're a more calm person, maybe you like the bicycle, you're cycling, or you like swimming, you like your sport, you like running, but it's really important to do something.
Yeah,
And
amazing. Yeah,
also and
I
also with shooting, sorry, so also with shooting, it's all like you have to be in the flow. So if you like cameras, you want to understand how things work, you can find it in nature. If you film people, if you have to be an active guy to do nice camera work, and all of that. you have to do heavy lifting, you have to be fast, you have to be quick. And then it's really important to stay fit and be in the connection with nature, I guess. Sorry for interrupting.
No, absolutely. It's your interview, not mine. Amazing. Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. I think that being around nature has something that's really quite humbling as well. I personally live in the countryside, but I bring my nature to me. I'm trying to turn my house into a jungle so that I'm
Nice.
never far away from nature.
That's awesome.
So yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's really important as well to get back to it.
Yes.
So, you say that working on your image is highly important for your socials. What are 3 primary keys for great image representation from your perspective?
When you talk about image, is like the image quality for what you're shooting, like the final result video? How do you get the best video?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, you need to understand lighting. That's the most important thing to get a good looking image. Of course, you need to. That's also more important. If you go into nature, you find different spots and you see lighting comes in different angles through different, like through a tree, or you see compositions. And that's the next one. So lighting and composition. So if you have a good looking frame, a good looking image, then you have a good lighting, you have a good composition, which feels natural, which feels good for us humans. And also it's about knowing your gear, your camera. You can use your iPhone if you're good, create awesome shots, but you have to know how to use your gear, how to get the most out of it. I think these are the 3 most important topics when it comes to good image.
Okay, cool. And then talking about, what about your self image, like how you present yourself on social media? Like what do you think is really important to really show the best of yourself?
So I think it's important to go a straight line, to actually have a topic for your channel, what you're going out for, what you want to be known for. I know it's pretty hard to find sometimes. I struggle always with like finding the niche and here and there, but you have to keep a certain direction, because we want to know what we can expect from a creator or anyone online when we go on their channel. That's just how it works. When you go on my channel, you will expect tutorials in that format, in that language I do, in the style and my kind of videos. That's why that's the brand you get known for. So I think that's really important to define this and stay in this niche. And also you get better in that, because you always, after one video, you reflecting and you think, okay, how can we improve that? And if you switch things up all the time, you won't get further in the process. And it takes time. It takes time and a lot of work to get started on
Absolutely.
social.
Yeah, definitely. You need that consistency that people look in you, don't you? So that people can just see an image and know, oh, that's definitely a Keanu video. I know that for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, cool, amazing. So next up, what content creators inspire you? I know you've already touched on this, but are there any ones that really come to mind?
Yeah, so the guy who like I'm always look up to, and why I started is Sam Colder, of course. I was seeing his videos before I even had an own camera. I think like his style and ideas and creativity is so clean and so nice. So he for sure. Also, I've been looking a lot to Matt Como. I can really recommend him. Then Johnny FPV, of course. I was watching a lot of tutorials of Ben TK. He's an awesome creator, super creative. Yeah, there's some more like full-time filmmakers. They do awesome job. They just took over YouTube. It's just amazing what they do. And yes, of course, Johnny FPV. He's a legend in his own field. It's just crazy what he's building up. So I think, yeah, like there's a lot of creators from the US. I I really like this style. It's really nice.
Awesome, cool. I'm gonna be following them later, seeing what they're up to. And then last one for this topic is how do you create new video formats?
Mhm. So actually, they come up to my mind. That's what I'm saying. When you're in your niche and you start with one format, um, you you see maybe how you can improve it or what can you do better. And if you start uh, following people in your niche, you see what other people's doing, and also outside of your niche, and you can actually you have to switch your mind to how can this help me in my content in my situation. And then I try to apply different things and different ideas with my topic, with my format. And it's always the question, should you do it? Should you test it? Like the newest format was when I was actually talking to an AI. So that's a kind of new format I'm now starting. So I'm representing AI with actually being in physical space with me. So I use the app Wonder Dynamics to easily replace a character and create an animated character. And yeah, that was just some idea I had because I was thinking of, yeah, people are really scared of AI and then they don't have a picture of it. So maybe let's try a format where we give AI a face and actually see how that could interact with humans. So yeah, that was one idea, but I think it's about getting inspirations and see how you can apply these to your content and also what you like, why you consuming the content you do, and then maybe rethinking that process and see, okay, if I like that content for that reason, so maybe I should get anyhow to this yeah, to apply this to my content as well.
Yeah, amazing. And I actually saw your video that you did on AI with your avatar, and it was really
Yes.
great because not only did you humanize it by giving a face, but you also broke down like how you used the AI tool and how it was you that had all the control and you've got to
Yes.
be creative and you've got to give all the input. And don't worry, it took me a few attempts and it was a very reassuring video because yeah, a lot of
Yes.
people are scared of AI, which actually leads us into our next question for food for thought,
Nice.
which is you have a video on GPT for big update. So do you use AI technologies while working on your content? So great question, leads on quite nicely.
Yes. Clean transition. Yes, that's why I'm actually interested into AI in general, because I'm really interested in how the world might change, already changed, and will move on. So GPT-4, of course, I use GPT-3, 3.5, all the versions since last December when it got the hype. I was pretty late to the party, I think, but since then I was playing around with it, and I think it's really interesting to yeah, to get to a point where you can keep a conversation that makes sense with the AI. So actually figuring out prompts, like what to text with the AI to get a result which can help you in content production. So for example, I am not the best writer in English. It's not my first language, and I do my content in English. So it's nice to have a program to just correct my descriptions maybe, or emails, or anything I have, if there's any failure in there, if I did anything wrong. So it just a matter of seconds I have correct my content, and I'm sure maybe it's not perfect, but it's definitely better than when I just put it out as I wrote it. So that's one example. And also for ideas, you can really write your ideas and get feedback. How can this work? How could this work? How can you maybe structure things different? And it's cool. It's always cool to have a conversation and not only think in your own mind, and having this conversation with technology, which is able with GPT-4 to actually access the internet, even if it's not working seamlessly right now. But still, I think you have to be early to that to, yeah, to understand like the prompts and the technology behind. I mean, I don't understand the technology, but how you can maybe implement it into your workflows. And yeah, I think it's nice to have a conversation about my ideas and my structures and things I'm working on also with the editing contest. It helps me writing emails in general. So if I feed things in, like maybe the rules or the terms and conditions, you can just get a nice feedback and see if you thought if you just get a feedback on your thoughts, and just you can rethink this. So it's always nice to keep a conversation, to maybe AI says something or recommends something I didn't thought of, and so I have a benefit out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like a different perspective maybe. But it's still your input. Cool.
Yeah.
So, do you think that AI can replace creators in the future?
I think it will. I think it already does. So if you can define creator and you can define replace, but like there are already tools out there that make people like creator that do basic editing, which just they don't have like really put their passion in it. They don't have a unique style. They just do regular cutting work. Of course, they're already been replaced, because just one example is Autopod. You don't replace. So for the people that don't know, it's a program which will take your audios and different camera perspectives of, for example, for a podcast, and will cut down or cut out the empty parts in between and change camera perspective for the people they're actually talking at the moment. So this is a great feature which allows editor to work 10 times faster, 20 times faster. But yeah, people that only focus on cutting a podcast just to a normal podcast will definitely lose their jobs, because we now have to focus on how we can get better content. It's so nice to have the opportunity now. We don't cut out the parts anymore. We have to focus on the animations. How can we get better music on it? How can we anyhow get better content? Make the podcast sounds nicer, looks nicer, feels nicer, and we don't have to focus on the parts I actually didn't like about podcast editing, because it's just time consuming and feels stupid work.
And boring.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's not so much that AI is taking away the creativity out
Yes.
of it, though. Like, it's just an extra tool which makes everybody's life easier. Like, it's definitely something that people should be happy about. Like, nobody sits and dreams of just putting together clips for the rest of their life, because it's mundane work. Cool.
Yes, but that's
Okay, great. So
that's right now. But that's right now.
right
I
now.
think in the future, we definitely have to shift the conversation. We have to start the conversation. That's why I actually started doing AI content, even if it's not in my niche. That's against that what I've just said. Stay to your niche. AI is like a bit off, but I want to go more in there, because I feel we really need to talk about these tools and how we can implement them, and also how we consume content, because we are training AIs right now, and in the future it's a different game. They're learning exponentially. So we really need to dive in right now, and don't we can't say that doesn't exist right now. AI will exist, and we have to accept that and find a solution how to work with it. Because if we just push that out for the next years or decade, this will overcome, and that will be crazy. So I really want to take this part to make people aware of AI over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, information is key. This actually leads on pretty nicely to our next question. Like, do you think AI can be creative in the future? Sorry, I think you broke up. Did you want me to repeat the question?
Yes, that would be nice. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
No problem, no problem. So do you think that AI can learn to be creative? Which I think you've kind of already touched on.
Yes, I think AI is already creative. When you see, I mean, what is creativity? You see as a creator, I take inspiration, as I said, maybe from a video I've seen on socials, then I take my own experience, but these experiences are based on another inspirations I might had in the past, and then I bring new things together. And if you have Midjourney, for example, I think it's pretty creative what the AI does there. Of course, you have to tell the AI what to do, but the things they come out, in my mind, that's creative, because you can tell, okay, that's the style of any artist you name, and you have maybe Elon Musk in 2050 in a slum, or whatever you want to create, and that's just words, and the AI actually brings it to life. So I think that's already creative work going on.
Yeah, amazing. And I couldn't agree more. Like the Prequel app, like we use AI all the time in our effects and filters, like the fantastic avatars and the fashion AI. Like, yeah, our design team puts together some incredible prompts to make, like, the input is human input, but
exactly.
The output is like sometimes when you put the prompt in and it turns out something that you didn't even think was
exactly.
like what you had in your head.
Yeah.
It's completely different. Yeah, so
yeah,
it's definitely
at this point, I mean, if we get surprised by that, I think that's creative. So because we didn't even thought of that, because we always have some imagination in mind how it could look like, but actually seeing this in pixel, or even like seeing something we didn't expect, which might be better than we even expected it to be, I think that's really impressive.
Yeah, definitely. So next up, which features would you like to be one tap in editing? And this is also a question for the viewers out there. Like you can add your additions to this question too. So I think we lost you there again. Did you want me to repeat the question, or are you good?
It's a one tap question, right?
Yeah, one tap.
Yes. So yeah, I think with AutoPod is almost one tap, and you can cut out empty spaces in between. I think that's super nice. Also, yeah, I think the process is pretty cool, but the selection, if you would have a tool that just selects you the best parts of your shoot going on for maybe a week, which takes a lot of time, and selecting and then also ranking them and see, okay, what is really the best shot, what is the best shot you want to use. So this would be really nice to just one tap. And also sound design makes, I mean, it's a lot of fun, but if this process, I mean, it gets easier with time. And also, I don't know how Adobe Firefly's tools will work with the stock and everything, when you just type in what sound effects you're looking for. But yeah, but this would be really nice to because I think sound design is really important, but it's a lot of work. But that's, I think that what makes it so important, and because you then see actually how much time or how much passion creators put into the videos, depending on how much they go into the details, how much are they like really spending on these keyframes, adding layers, adding motion blur, for all these little fine tunes that take 10, 15, 30 minutes, but they will be shown like maybe 1 second in the video, but that in the whole makes it really round. I think this will change in the future, because it will get easier. So we creators have to be even more creative to stand out.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've got our last question now, and then we'll move on to the questions that the audience have been asking throughout. And guys in the chat now, if you haven't had a chance to get your question in, get it in now, because we are running out of time. We've only got 20 minutes left. But last question, Pico. Yes. To sum up, what modern technologies would you advise creators to look up in 2023?
So definitely AI tools in general. So see what's happening there. If it's your extension, or even in Adobe, the generated fill feature just got announced. This is amazing. I'm doing more tutorials on that as well. It takes so you can take videos to the next level of extending and work with different formats. For example, just one quick, you have a 9:16 video, so it's like that for the people that don't know, and you can just expand the size to a 16:9 video without cropping in. This is game changing and can be really nice if you shot on a tripod. Also with Adobe Firefly in the future, or we'll see when they get in the updates and actually work with the AI tools in the software we've been working for the past years. I think it's really exciting. And also, if you're just starting out, I think different apps can really help you a lot. I think Prequel, of course, super nice, but apps like Captions for video content, if you just want to get started and you don't know how to actually talk into the camera, you don't want to learn your script, you can just basically go the steps with Captions and add captions and everything. So I would just maybe get into this AI conversation, see how AI can work for your business, for your niche, and use these tools. Even if you don't use the outcome, maybe I think it's pretty fun to play around and to be part of the change, and also be part of the conversation, so we can see how things go, because in the future we have to work with these tools. This is like you're not working with the internet right now. It's hard to find a job.
Yeah, that's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. This has been a lot of fun. So now we'll move on to the audience's questions. Guys,
Sure.
if you haven't asked a question, get it in quick because we've got 15 minutes left. So we've got from that one, 8. What do you say to some creators who are scared about AI?
They are sad?
Scared. Like afraid.
So I can, sorry, I can totally understand. I get these comments a lot on my videos. There's a lot of scary things going on. Definitely, that's why I think we even have to exploit more, because humanity decided to actually give AI access to the internet and give it to anyone. And now it gets trained. So humanity took this step, and now we can't go back. We can't pull it back. So of course, I totally understand. I'm also scared. Even if you get more into AI, you even get more scared. But I think you need to go in there, and but you also kind of understand the limits. And I think it's really important. So as soon as you understand the limits of ChatGPT, you will understand where are the limits. Because if you are just pushing it away and say, I don't want to hear anything, and you just get some pieces on the way, you will be scared for the next years and decades. So I think it's really important to overcome the first scare. It was also a big step, and then use these tools, get into it. Maybe hear some nice people explain what's actually happening and how we can use it for our benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. And also the saying goes, like, better the devil you know. So, at least have this tool on your side, whether you're scared of it or not, because there's so much you can do.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, next up from Caitlin. She says, how can you get good quality? So how do you increase the quality of your content?
So I think that, like, the tips I give for the image, I think that's pretty much key. If you have good lighting, if you have good framing, and you know your camera setup, whatever it's a professional camera, it's a DSLR, or you have a phone, which you can use perfectly for having amazing imagery. So at the beginning, I wouldn't start with crazy movements like shaking your phones. Like, really focus on the lighting, on the composition, on the frame, and set your settings right. You see a lot of shots in Hollywood movies are taken from a tripod, because it's really important that your shot looks good even when there's no camera movement. So make sure the set looks good, and the things in the shot happening are important. And I would focus on that, on your information you're giving through the lens.
Amazing. Yeah, really, really great advice. So we've got Maggie who's saying, since consistency and having a unified look is key to becoming a successful creator, do you believe it's frustrating to not be able to create outside of your niche? It seems easier, but less fun and less growth as an artist.
Yes, I totally agree. So yeah, it's always, yeah, it's then we have it again. It's AI deciding what goes viral and what not. So I think there's also a really big shift we need to do in humanity by yeah, rethinking our mindsets and not making too much of our happiness related to views, likes, and the payback in social media. And that's really easy to say, but it's super hard and a daily process to integrate into the own thinking. So I would always like, if you, my goal is to get my bills paid and everything around it, my hobby, and I want to get my creativity, my content out there. And that's me as an artist. So I think if you find a solution to get your bills paid, and then you can by side start maybe the craft that's not going well right now on social. But if you keep pushing it, you have the chance that this one takes over, the one you're passionate about, and so you can switch easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, amazing. So Futuk says, do you have any sweet, oh, sorry, this is, no, ignore that one. These are all about prequel. So somebody says, you have a filmmaking masterclass in German language, and we have somebody from the Prequel team who's actually really interested in knowing if you're going to make it in English as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. So that's funny. I'm going a little bit around there because I started with German. So I started with TikTok, actually with Instagram, and in German I was producing German tutorials because I think there's not a lot of creator in Germany, so I wanted to push it that way. And then I started to create a masterclass, so to get my first digital product, because I was totally new in like this social game, influencer game, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so I started, it took me 4 or 5 months to create the masterclass in German and here in Thailand. So right now, of course, everything shifted to English by that time. And now we're working with the team on mini courses, working on the masterclass. So we'll get all this out in English for sure, but we take our time right now to really fit the niche that makes sense, because there are a lot of nice creators out there, and I really want to cover a topic which hasn't been covered before, or like not that big. Maybe it's also maybe a little bit related to AI. We will see how that goes, but right now we're still in the phase to structure and create something that's beyond the masterclass in German. So it will be one step further, and it will be in English.
Amazing. Yeah, can't wait for that. And clearly our team will also, waiting eagerly for the launch of the masterclass in English and also the side classes. So cool. This question is from me personally, and one that I like to ask a lot of people that are successful in content creation. That first video that went viral, like, what was your reaction? What were you feeling at that time?
Yeah, it's unreal, but unreal also means like you don't know if you're of course you're happy, but it's still it's unreal. So I've been using for Instagram for 7 or 8 years, I think, and I've had like 1,500 subscribers so in that whole period, and then having this video or videos actually going viral and getting the feedback on the own videos, because I was creating videos for clients before but not for myself, but then getting some positive feedback on the own content, it feels super cool. It's super nice, but it also makes you addicted. So you always want to create more and you want to hit the same numbers, and it always comes with both sides. You're happy, but also you have to push the boundaries again. And yeah,
Well, I
it
guess
always
it
has two
also
sides.
you have that pressure. Like once you go viral
Yes,
once, you don't want to just be a one-hit wonder. Like how do you keep the momentum going?
yes, exactly. Yeah, and
Amazing.
yeah, that keeps the pressure.
Okay, cool. And the next question is, you have a lot of inspiration from other creators out there, and that those are the people that you follow. How do you try to stay true to your own content and not accidentally recreate what you see from people you're inspired by?
Yeah, yeah. So in general, I always try to do my own style. So I don't just copy a script and do exactly the same. So what I think, but accidentally you somehow copy maybe stuff, but it's not copying. You create the same videos. So right now it's some trends going on, and you have the idea for a cool video which was never posted before, and then you see someone posting the video like maybe one day before you finished editing, and you're like, man, no way. So I actually had just exactly the same idea, and of course, then I'm also posting this video because this topic is going on, and yeah, if you have a certain experience in filmmaking, content creation, and you are open for AI tools, and you go in same directions, and even if your content goes in a similar direction, yeah, it can happen. But I take inspiration, but of course use it in my own way. I think it's really important. You can recreate that first, so you just, especially in the beginning, I would just recreate everything, like copy my videos, copy everything I do, and then you see how I create these videos, and then you see changing, or you get inspired in your mind to think in your own style. So at first I would copy, but I wouldn't like post it and get the credits for it, just for the learn effect. And then you can you achieve maybe the skill, or you understand the thinking behind it, and then you can apply it on your own brand.
That's a really that's a really great tip, because like that's essentially how people learn. Like we see something and we copy it since we're babies. Like
Yes,
that's how we
exactly.
adapt. But then
Yes,
taking that to content creation, that's such an incredible idea, because you can learn and then you can think, okay, well, if I was to create a video like this, what would I do? And you've already got the skills. So yeah,
yes.
that's amazing advice. Okay, guys, in
Nice,
the
thank you.
audience, we've only got 6 minutes left. If you've only just joined, we've got Keanu here. If you want to ask him questions about content creation, go ahead now. Now is your time.
Go.
In the meantime, whilst any last questions are coming through, Keanu, do you have anything that you would like to say? We've had a lot of love in the comments today. We've had a lot of admirers.
Nice.
A few girls sending you some kisses in there too. Do you have anything that you'd like to say to our audience?
Yeah, so I think it's always pretty nice to have these talks. Thank you for the opportunity, inviting me, just shutting it out. And I always like to do such spontaneous things and talk about content production and the future. I think in this field we can do it even more, to really create a platform, to have these talks going on. Also, we have so much to cover. We just took a bite of everything today. Either if it's content production or social media, reels, mindset, or AI, you can talk a lot for it. So thank you for making this format, and I think it's really important.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I just saw one question pop up in there by Rybisky Films. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. People's Instagram names aren't always easy. He's saying, what is the best way to sharpen and mask?
To shop
To
and mask.
sharpen and mask.
Well, maybe you can explain what does unmask mean?
I don't know. I think it might be an editing question, like if you're going to sharpen an image or video to make it more clear.
Yes. Okay. So you want to make it clear. Yeah, maybe this is
Oh,
the.
he says video.
Yeah. Okay. So you should. For video, it's hard because you have to actually get it right in camera. But there we back at AI. AI is actually can make things easier in that way. So there's certain tools you can use to actually scale up your image, like your single frames, and combine them into a video. There's not like one major tool right now I know which is easily and free to use. You have to dive in there a little bit, and yeah, it's not too easy right now, but that will change. So if this is your questions, so better at the shoot, make sure your video is sharp. I know sometimes it's hard to get the shot right, to do it 2 or 3 times. It happens to all of us. So yeah, I would really recommend. Right now it's still, you have to get the shot in camera, and post-production editing is just yeah, everything on top. So I always try to get the lighting, the color. It's so important. The focus, you can change the focus later. I mean, you can with the iPhone. I think they have a feature now where you can change focus after you did the shot. But yeah, like in general, really get your shots right in the camera right away.
Amazing, yeah. And take more than one shot. Keep going until you get
Yes, if you have the time, of course.
Amazing, yeah. And the guy that asked the question, or girl, has already said thank you, so we covered that. Keanu, thank you so much for joining us today. We are just about out of time. It's been a really interesting conversation. I'm going to be hunting through your the people that you're following on Instagram and find some inspiration for myself for sure. Guys that joined, amazing. Thank you. Amazing audience as always. Super happy to see everybody's comments, and yeah, thank you so much, Keanu.
Okay, thank you guys. Have a good day.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.